this child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnut with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark, which brings us to a reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Erdrea?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained. All is well, is it not?
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails. Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
It does. The very first poem. The prophecy. World tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the Dark One, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
What are you trying to...
The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdrea's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son? My own flesh and blood? Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a gift. A gift that will cleanse the world of evil.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian, everyone, I don't know what to say.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now, Your Majesty! What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately. Monsters! Hundreds of monsters!
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
Where's the luminary, Babs? Give him to us.
They have come in force, but they shall not have the child. Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor and the child and flee the castle. Now!
But King Carnelian, this This is suicide!
You need not fret on my behalf. I am not in my dotage just yet. Now go!
Thank you. Both of you.
We were so worried.
You're alive. Oh, thank the heavens. When we saw the monsters coming, we feared the worst for you both.
Never mind that now. We need to get out of here, all of us. Come on. No matter what happens, I will get you out of here. I promise. Let's go. We should be able to get out through here.
I feel his presence. I sense him. I smell him. The luminary. Give him to me. There can be no escape.
Just you try and take him.
The monsters are everywhere. What are we going to do, Erwin?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. This way.